we're gonna start with the column section. Now, what is a column section actually? Now we wanna manipulate the columns over here in data frames. We're gonna take these columns, we're gonna add new columns, we're gonna add data into the rows of the different columns. So many things will manipulate the data and do it. So first of all, let us do one thing. Let us try to extract a complete column. So for that, we'll continue in the new project and let me create a file over here and name it day3. And first of all, the first step is to import pandas. And after that, we'll just, okay, let me import pandas as PD. So this is done. And after this, what we're going to do, let us write the comment column section in data frames. Okay, so we're gonna do column section in data frames. And now, first of all, let us create a data frame. Let us take a data of the type maybe uh, dictionary. Okay, let us take a dictionary one. The key is one, and let us take the series as the data. That means values pd.series. S will be capital, and inside that we're going to pass on the datas, and let us have the datas as 1 2 3 datas. Similarly, we can create an index of it, so we will just put an index to it. Index equals to, and let this index be a comma b comma c. So these are the index values, and we'll just get off these and put a comma and provide the next key, and let the next key be 2. And the values are similarly again a series pd.series, and inside that we're going to pass on the values. Let the values be 4 5 6 4 5 6 and maybe 7. There are 3 values, and if you want to put an index, then you're going to put according to this choice. So index equals to, we have 4 values over here, so we need to put on 4 indexes. So let the indexes be a comma b c d. These are the 4 index values that we have done over here, and I believe we are all set. Okay, so now what we can do, we can just print this and see how the data is coming. First of all, df data frame dot is equals to pd dot data frame, and inside that will pass on the data. That's it. And after that, what we're going to do, we're going to just print the data. So print data frame, that is df, and let us see how it is coming. As we have already covered these all topics previously, but we would like to see how it is coming, the data, so that it's also easier for us to understand. Session 4, day 3.5. Let us wait for its execution. It's taking a little time for the execution. Okay, so it gets executed, and now you can see that we have 2 keys as mentioned over here, 1 and 2, and inside that the 1 key has 3 column values. So 3 row values, 1 2 3. So it's giving the 3 row values, 1 2 3, and over here we have 4 row values in the second 2 number column. We have 4 row values, so we are getting 4 row values. Since there is no 4th row value in the first column, so we are getting not a number, none over here. So this is all set. Now if you want to extract one of it, like if you want to extract one, or let us say you want to extract two, complete two, then how you're going to do this, you're going to just pass inside a square bracket the key name, that is two. If you do this, then what will happen, we will just get the value. Let us save this and let us execute this. So here we'll see that we have got only the column number 2. Only the values of the column number 2 is over here. So this is how the things are happening. We are getting the values of 2. Now if you want to add some columns, for example, we have some columns and now we want to add certain columns into it. So for that, what we can do, column addition. And inside that, we're gonna just copy this entire part. Just copy this and comment this, and then again paste it over here. So this is done. Now we don't want to print anything over here. We only want the data. Now let us print the step that we are adding a column. Adding a column. After that, how to add it, we will just, it's a very simple step. df, that is a data frame object that we have created. Inside a square bracket, we have taken the column name, that is maybe 3. 3 is the column name. And inside that, we're going to pass on the series or else any type of data, whatever you want to pass, series. And inside the series, we're going to pass on the datas and keys. So the datas are maybe 10, 11, 12, 13. These are the datas, and the index values, you can pass it like index equals to the recent index are ABCD. So we're going to use those ABCD. Okay, so this is done. And now it's showing us some error. Okay, so we haven't closed the square bracket. That is why it's showing an error. So let us close it. And it's telling us to extract the bracket. Okay, let us delete this, and now we are all set. So now what we have done, we have added a new column over here, and now let us print this. So let us print once before the before print data frame, and then one after this, print data frame. So we are all set. Let us save the code and let us execute it. So you will find that while executing, it will take a little time for execution. Okay, it's throwing an error. Pandas has no attribute series. We have written the series in small character s. So we are converting it to the caps lock, and now let us execute this again and we'll find the data. So let us see how the data is coming over here. So if you go forward, you can see, let me extend this so that it's visible to everyone. Now you can see that for before the adding a column, there were only 2 columns, 1 and 2. But after adding a column, the third column has been added. So this is the way how we add columns in a data frame. I hope this is understood to all of you. Now we'll move forward with the other section of deletion of a column. For example, we want to delete the column number 2. So just we'll copy this and comment this. And we're going to write over here column deletion. And inside this, we're going to pass on the data. So these are our data, and let us just execute it now. Now we'll delete the column. So for deletion of the column, we will use the keyword that Dell that we used to delete in the list, the dictionary, everything. We'll use the same keyword Dell over here. Okay. Now, first of all, we'll just we have entered this, and now over here, right over here, we're gonna do like delete a column using Dell function. Okay, so we're deleting a column using the Dell function. Now we'll print delete using Dell. Now we'll just delete it like the Dell and then the data frame object, and inside that we're going to pass on the key value, and the key value is let us delete 2. So we are deleting 2 from the list. Okay, now we'll just print df. Okay, so let us execute this now. So let me extend this. Okay, let me extend this a little more, and you will find this. Now you can see when we were added in column, this is the column when we added a column, and the total number of columns are this. And now when we are deleting using Dell function, now we have omitted the second column, that is 2, with a key value 2. We have omitted it, and now the all remaining columns are 1 and 3. So this is how the things go with the delete function. We have one more function over here with pop function. It also resembles the same thing, but let us see what extra thing could it do. Delete a column using pop function. Okay, so it is also having the same manners of things like a df.pop, and inside this we're going to pass on like we want to delete 3 from here. So if you want to delete 3, we will just put on 3 over here, and we're going to print df, the object of the data frame that we have created. We're going to save this code, and we're going to execute this. So let us see what's the output. So you will find that there is an error. Method object not subscriptable. Okay. So we have done a very simple mistake. Pop is a total of function type. So we're going to pass on it in a square parenthesis. This is a simple mistake that we have done. And let us execute this code once again. And now I will find that we are not getting the 3 over here. Only 1 is there till now. So let us print a statement so that it's understood in future. Delete using pop. So this is done. Now let me put a slash n over here. Slash n is used for next line. So let us execute this code again. Let me clear this screen and execute this code again. So if I execute this code again, it will be a better picture now. So delete using pop, and we have deleted the column number 3 from here. So basically there are two functions that are deletion. One you can delete using the del function, and one you can delete using the pop function. So these are the two functions that is that you can easily understand. Now for the next thing, what we can do, we can have the same things for the row. We can select a row, we can select the add some rows and delete some rows. This is also possible in the row case. So now we'll jump to the row selection, and this is the last topic of pandas that we're going to understand over here. Row selection. So for row selection, what we're going to do, we're going to again create a data frame. So either creating that, we're going to comment this all part and copy this, comment this, and copy this part so that we could use it right over here. and we'll decomment it. Okay, so we have got the data now, and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the row out of it. So for getting the row out of it, what we have a function named LOC. So we're gonna print df in a square df dot loc, and inside that we're gonna pass on the row index value. So if you want the you can say if you want the row index value b, all the data is considering the row index value b. So we're gonna pass on b over here, and if you just execute the code, just let me execute the code, and you will find the data after this. Yes. So we got there are two keys inside the row. One is one key, and inside one key the value is 2, and inside the key value 2 the value is 5. So you can see over here we have got this type of data. Now if you have more number of keys inside the same index value b, then there will be more number of data coming out of it. Now, as I told you, there are two types of location. One is integer value location, and another is the index value location. If you are not making the index value on your own, then by default, the index value will be the integer value location. That is 0, 1, 2. These all counts. By default, this will be the counting over there. So, if you want to do this, actually, so first of all, we're gonna have a little change over here. If you want using integer value location. So inside this, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just paste this, and we're gonna comment the previous program. And now inside this, we're gonna just make it I. That means I is a resemblance of the integer word. Now I and the position. For example, we want to say a position of 2. That means 0, 1, 2, and this will be C. The values that consist of C values. So let us execute this code. So over here you will find that in 1 we have 3. So 0, 1, 2, and the third C value has consist of 3 over here and 6 over here. And similarly, we are getting the values 3 and 6 right over here. If you want to change the D type, you can change the D type. You can change it right over here. D type equals to int. Similarly, you can change the D type over here also. D type equals to int. So if the next time we're going to execute this, you will find the D type as int. Okay. It's not giving us an integer D type. I believe it must have given us an integer D type. Maybe by default it's taking the float D type, so we will just have to research how to get the integer D type over here. But yes, we can get it easily. So after this, if we go for the slicing of rows, if we want to slice out the rows out of it, so this is also possible. So let us copy this once again, and let us comment this and put on over here and give on the heading like slicing Okay, so slicing of rows we have done, and now we'll slice on the rows, and this is very much easy. We're gonna just print df, and inside the square braces, we're gonna pass on the slice object. Like if you pass from 2:4, that means you will get the data from 2 to 4 in each of the rows. See, you will find out the data from 2 number to 4 number. Now we had all columns, we have all row indexes, 4 indexes, A, B, C, D. That means 4 rows. Now what we have done, we have sliced it from 2 to 4, that is 0, 1, 2. Now C and 4 is D. So only C and D are considered and rest are chopped out. So this is what slicing is done over here. is known as row slicing. Now, if you want an addition of the rows and deletion of the rows, these are the two last topics that we're going to discuss in this pandas. So for that, again, we'll copy this, comment this, and write it over here. Addition of rows, and we'll paste it over here. So for addition of rows, it is similar to the list type of thing that we are using, having the keyword append over here. So how are we going to append? For example, we have a data over here in this manner, and another data, maybe we'll just copy this and paste it over here. And let us change the values a little, maybe 8, 9, 7, 3. And let us change the values a little over here. And if you want to change the keys, then it is means it's upon you. You want to change the keys. There is no issue. So let us not change the keys this time. So let us make a df2, and inside that we're gonna add on this data pd.data frame, and inside that we're gonna pass on the value that is data. Once again, let's just make it as data1 so that our previous data doesn't get lost. Okay, so we have created two datas. One is data and another is data1, and the two data frames that are df and df2. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add, first of all, we're gonna print this. So print df, and we're gonna print df. Similarly, we're gonna do the same thing over here, print df2, and let us give a slash in over here so that it's good. Now we're gonna print df2. Now this is done. So let us execute this code and let us check if our code is working perfectly. So okay, let me elaborate it and show it to you. Okay, so you can see we have got df, this is the df, and this is df2. Okay, now we're gonna merge the rows. Now how to do this? We will just do that df dot append df2. Now for doing this, we'll just write df dot append, and inside the parenthesis we'll pass on df2. Now what will it do? It will just append the rows of df2 inside df1, means that is df. So we'll just print df now, print after appending. Print after appending, print df. Okay, so this is done. And now if we execute this code, okay, so it is not the exact thing that we wanted actually. I believe we have made some mistake over here. Maybe this indexes should not be over here. I believe this will work with the normal integer index type. So let us see if this works. This is a mistake maybe. So let us execute this once again. Now the output is not according to what we wanted. So let us just do something, some hands on this project. Uh, let us change the format once. Let us try with some different format. Let there be a list. Inside that, let us take another list. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inside that, we're going to take another list like 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is the data, and let us name the columns. Columns equals to maybe A and maybe B. Unexpected token. Okay, this is an unexpected token over here. Let us change this the same thing over here. Let us see what is our mistake actually. If this works, then that means the append doesn't support the dictionary part, dictionary type of data. So let us change a little bit over here. Okay, let us change these things over here too. Okay, so now we have created and we'll do the columns. Column name may be the same as A, C, AB only, maybe AB, A, comma, B. These are the column names. And now we're gonna append df dot append df2. Let us see if this works. If this works, then we are doing some mistake. I will just let you know what is the mistake. Okay, two columns passed data had 4 values. Okay, so we're gonna pass on more data. C and D. Similarly over here, we're gonna pass on C, we're gonna pass on D. So this is done. Let us save this code and let us see if this works. There is another data one is not defined. Okay, over here we're gonna define the data one. Let us execute it and check it once again. Okay, I believe the code was not saved. Got an unexpected argument column. That my spelling is okay. It's not column over here, it's columns. So very silly mistakes what we have done. Okay, now we got the data and let us see if now it is working. 0th position, first position, df2. We have df2 over here like this, but we are not getting df2 over here. But it must have given us actually. So maybe it's a compiler issue of the VCW. You must try it in PyCharm or Jupyter. This will work. Let us recheck it once again if we are doing any mistake. We have created 2 lists over here. There is no issue in creating the list over here. We have created 2 lists right over here. There is no issues in creating the lists over here too. We have enclosed in double square brackets, and now we have data 1 over here. We are appending .tf.append. Okay, guys, a very simple mistake that we have done. I got it. We are appending it, but over here it doesn't store the appending part directly in df. It doesn't manipulate the original data. If you want to manipulate it, we're gonna just store this to df, or else we can write it to df3. If we are doing this, and now I believe it will give us the exact data that we wanted. So let us execute this and find it. The code isn't saved that time, so let us execute it once again. And yes, we get this. So this is how we're gonna append a row inside this row. You can see we over here directly, like in list, we used to just change the original file, but over here the original file is secured and you need to store the new file into some other data. This is known as a little bit of copying the data. And now this becomes the data frame object. And now if you print this, then you will find this is the value 0, 1 for the first row values and this for the second row values. The keys will be same, but now there is one more thing. If you want to delete a data and if you have the same row values, row index values, then what it will happen, it will delete the entire that both the values. If you are deleting 0 row, then it will delete both the 0th row from this. Like this is 0 and this is 0, it will delete both the zeros. So if you want to delete it, like delete the data, delete the row. So for that you have a very simple thing like uh, df dot we have df3 dot drop, and inside that we're going to pass on the value that we're going to drop, that is an integer value, and this is 0, and we're going to print row dropped, and inside this we're going to pass on the print df3. So that's it. So now if we execute this code, just let us save this and let us execute this. Okay, so now if we execute this code, row dropped. Okay, we didn't find any row dropped over here. 0 is still there. Let us again execute this once. So again, there is an issue. Let us just go through the issue once again. What is the issue actually? Because I don't think that there is an issue over here. df3 drop 0. Okay, again, what mistake we have done is a very simple thing. We haven't stored it. Now if we execute this, it will drop the values and throw us the data. See, you will find the data. So storing the data is very much required. See, what is happening actually, we are always familiar with the list part. We don't always do with the data frames, because analysis, those who do analysis, they always do data frames, so they won't do the mistake, but we always not do this analysis part. So it happens that we are just missing the things of storing it in another value, that value in the another data type. So that is done. So you have completed the introductory part of this topic actually. I thought of going for the double game today, but means making this done, it's took all the time to set this up. So we won't go for the double game today, but yes, I want to explain you the double game, and today I'm going to give you a task that do this double game on your, try to make this double game on your own, do research on it and how to make it, and tomorrow we're going to do create the game over here. So let me explain you the things, what to do with the double game and what are the steps. Okay, so let me create day 4 because we're going to discuss it for tomorrow. So it's better that we store the data for tomorrow's session only. So the steps are double game, and inside this what we're going to have the first thing that we're going to take the data. Okay, so the game is all resembles that there will be two lists, two set of datas, Okay, there will be two set of datas, and inside that datas there will be numbers. Inside the data there will be numbers, and what we're gonna do with those numbers, or maybe not numbers, maybe characters, and our task is to find the match between the data. Find the common match. So we're gonna do this, that we're gonna find the common match between the datas, and if the match is correct, then it will give you the correct word, and if the match is not correct, it will not give you the, it will give you the wrong answer. Now, what type of data will be? It is a little bit, you can see that people take two photographs of almost similar, but there are some missing parts. So they mark on it. So over here we have a little simpler version of that, and that is we have same one character in each of this list, and the people who are seeing it, they're gonna find out the individual character out of it, and if they find out the correct character, it's good. If they don't, it's wrong. So this is how. For example, we have a list like A, B, C, and D. This is the list that we have it, and now we're gonna have another part like this is list one, and this is list two. We're gonna have it in like C, Z, X, R. Okay, so this is our entire thing. We have a now list one and list two, and now people need to find out what is what is the common into it. So you can see over here that the common value is C. So if you get this common value C over here, if you write that the common value C and press an enter, it will give you the correct word. Now, how to make this complex? For example, over here I showed you only two rows. Now there may be 5 to 6 rows, and each row consists of 15 characters. It will be a complex one, and you need to find out only one common character, and that character you also don't know. This will be an amazing part over here. So tomorrow we're going to make this a very interesting double game thing. So stay tuned for tomorrow's session. So if you have any doubt, just put on the comment section. You have 3 minutes to go. If you have doubts, then put it on, or else we'll wind up with the session for today. Because if you start this, it will not end, and I don't want this interesting thing to be left in between. So I'm waiting for your comments.